Hello, everybody. This is Claire, and unfortunately, Natasha will not be joining me. So if that makes you want to tune out right now, here's your chance. I'm just kidding. Please don't leave. I hope you are excited to hear just from me. Natasha will be joining next time, but she is busy traveling throughout the United States, making her way back to Texas. So while she does that and drives from Canada down here to the heat, I have a special episode in store for you just in time for Prime Day. I wanted to make sure I share my list of my top picks for you guys and what is on my shopping list on Amazon. Hopefully, get some steals and deals for the upcoming school year. And Prime Day is July 8th through 11th. That's confusing because Prime Day should just be a day, right? But apparently it's the whole week. I don't even think the 8th is a Monday. Is that Tuesday? That's crazy. Okay, so Prime Day is Tuesday through Friday, July 8th through the 11th this year. And on that day, hopefully, you will be getting some discounts on some things that you already had in your cart. But if you don't already have things in your cart, I'm going to help you. So I want to list for you my top 20 products that are on my ideas list for the 2025 Prime Day. Are you ready? Okay, first on the list is Snap Circuits brick structures. Now, if you've never used snap circuits in your classroom, they are really fun because they're these little electronic parts that you can snap together and teach about how circuits work. They have lots of different additions that go on them. You can have things that fly, things that light up, buzzers, sounds, all sorts of crazy things to teach about electricity. It's a great place to use it as stations in your classroom if you have extra time or early finishers. I also use it, bring them out when I'm specifically teaching on circuits, but they just came out with, or maybe I just discovered it, that they have snap circuits brick structures that attach to normal like Legos, which is incredible. So you could actually build something out of Legos and then make it have a circuit, an electronic circuit. So you can build a house and have it have lights or sounds. Pretty amazing. So that's on my list right now. It's already on discount at the time I'm recording this. So it says it's normally $55 and it's on sale currently for $35. So put that on your list. Next up, number two is my rain gutter regatta. I've talked about this inflatable raceway before, but I want another one because it was amazing last year the first time I had it. It's this giant inflatable raceway for like small sailboats. So if you in your classroom talk about buoyancy, you make sailboats or boats that carry something, but you also want to make them race. You can either take it outside or use a big box fan and blow the students' projects down the raceway. It has 2 lanes. So you inflate it, fill it with some water, 2 lanes. It's pretty long. I want to say, I don't even have it out here, so maybe I shouldn't say, but maybe 6 to 8 feet. Really fun. I want more because right now I can only have 2 students race at a time. I would love to race more students' projects at once. So I have that on my list. Number 3 is posters for my classroom. I have these science posters from One Step to Dream on my list, and they are different scientists throughout history, and they're not just regular posters. They have quotes on them, but they're also beautiful. They're like watercolor, and I would love to feature more about scientists in history. Jane Goodall, Benjamin Franklin's on there, a lot of ones from modern history and as well as going way back. So that is number 3. Number 4, I have a smartphone controllable paper airplane kit. Have you ever seen these? They are so cool. The idea is it has a motor with like a pusher fan that you attach onto your paper airplane, and you can control how it flies with a cell phone or an iPad. I thought it would be really fun to demonstrate flight in the classroom and talk about drag and why there's different paper airplane designs and how they all have different flight characteristics based on the way you build it, and make it so that it's not dependent on your throw, but controlling that variable by using my cell phone. Super cool. It's a little pricey, which is why it's on my list for Prime Day. It's currently at about $60 for just one. But if you don't go for that, the next on my list that is currently on sale too and is at about half the price is another Snap Circuit purchase. Hopefully a purchase. Will be a purchase. Is the Snap Circuit's Flight Deck Science. So it's an attachment that you can add to what you already have for Snap Circuits if you have them already, but it has a paper airplane launcher, which is super cool. So not only can you talk about circuits, but you can actually launch the students' paper airplanes too with it. Pretty amazing. Okay, number 6 on my list is the everlasting pencil. Have you seen these? I've seen so many people that have been targeting me on Facebook. I'm just kidding. The algorithm knows that I need these pencils. They're not like a mechanical pencil, but they have like a serious amount of lead at the top. I don't know how they work. That's why they're on my list so I can order them. But they apparently will last like forever, and they're pencils. And I need some in my classroom because you know how kids go through pencils. It's ridiculous. Number 7 on my list is something that I don't know why I go through these. They're like the socks of a classroom, where like you lose them in the washing machine. You don't wash these in the washing machine, but I feel like they're like the socks that go in the washing machine and they just disappear into the whatever the black hole is ping pong balls. So I have a set of 50 ping pong balls on my list because I need to refill that tub. I think students steal them, but they are very useful. I use them for all sorts of things, from challenges where kids have to drop stuff or catapult things, and yeah, super useful. Okay, number 8 is a thermal camera, I guess is what you would it is. Yeah, thermal imaging camera that connects to an iPad or a cell phone. I thought that would be really cool to show kids because I love teaching about light. And something about light is just really connects to students and gets them really excited because we live in the visible spectrum, but there's so many other waves of light, microwaves, rays, um, infrared. And so I'm always looking for other ways to teach kids and have them experience different types of light. So this would be a really neat one to talk about infrared and have a thermal imaging camera that attaches to an iPad or cell phone. Number 9 is always a favorite. It's a classic, the Steve Spangler Science Energy Stick. This is a clear plastic toy that can fit in your hand. It's like a stick, but when you touch both ends of it, they have like a foil tape that goes around it. You touch both ends with either hand, and it lights up and makes this crazy sound. And you can teach about circuits with it. You can see a theme here. I like teaching about electricity. But this is really fun because you can do experiments with your whole class where you can make the full circuit, a closed circuit, with your hands, with your whole body, by just holding each end of this energy stick and it makes it light up and make sounds. Or you can have your whole class link arms and show that there's a small amount of electricity that will go through the entire class, and have the last person hold on to the opposite end of the stick. So it's like this energy stick is closing the circuit of your all of your students, making a big circle. So they make a big circuit with their bodies, and it will light up and make sounds. And then you can test out different objects to see if they would conduct electricity by holding them in between the different people linking arms in your classroom. So that is a really fun one. Every time I use those in my class, I always have the students asking where you get one. They want to play with them too. And if a toy helps them learn, I'm all for it. Number 10. This is something that everybody needs to add to their list because you know you're going to go through it. It's masking tape. Get it in bulk, put it on your list. Go ask Walmart to donate to your classroom because they'll do that. but take advantage of deals on Prime Day. I'm really hoping that would be discounted as well. Number 11 is the solar beads. Have you played with solar beads yet? There's kinds that change colors, and then my favorite is the kinds that change colors and glow in the dark when they're exposed to UV radiation. I use these to teach students about light again, but also about how susceptible we are to ultraviolet and how it can be damaging even in the winter. So I love teaching using these beads in the winter because kids don't think, oh, I should wear sunscreen in the winter. They think it has to be hot outside. Like, no, there's actually UV rays, the same ones that come out in the summer are touching your skin in the winter as well. And we make like little astronauts out of pipe cleaners and put the UV beads on the pipe cleaners to make the astronaut and then bring them outside and they'll turn colors as soon as it is exposed to the sun. And they have to design shelters to protect their astronaut from the harmful rays of the sun because it's more susceptible on other planets and the moon as well. So we talk about some real world connections with those as well. So put those on your list. Number 12 is just something that I want in my classroom for me. It's a personal space heater. If your classroom gets cold, you should get one too. This one's a mini one and it's portable, so I can move it to on top of my desk or underneath my desk for my feet. You should put that on your list if you are cold natured like me. All right, number 13 is mesh zipper pouch bags. I use these all the time for all sorts of things and didn't know how much I needed them in my life. First, if you do anything with Legos, you need to have them in these mesh bags for a couple reasons. One, makes it easy to distribute to the tables when you're having students interact with Legos and building things together. You can just have them pre-filled, just grab handfuls of Legos and then just give them out to each table. But also to wash them, especially during the winter season when lots of people are getting the flu. You don't want all of those germs being spread from class to class through your Legos. So if you're in mesh bags, you can actually just throw them into the dishwasher in the bag and run the load, and it washes them and sanitizes them for you. You're welcome. Number 14. I've never used these before, but they looked really cool, and they were on the Prime Haul. I don't know what that really means, like haul, Haul. I don't know if that means they're like deep discounted or what, but it said haul, so I clicked on it. They are folding plastic crates. You know, if you're a STEM teacher, that you need lots of different ways to store things and organize things. And these fold up and they're kind of small. So I'm thinking they'll be great for distributing supplies. So if you need, with a certain challenge, to have a certain amount of supplies or whatnot on each table, but you don't need these bins or these crates all the time, they can fold up and be stored somewhere else. So, and they're really cool pastel colors. So try those. Number 15 is this electronic pencil sharpener I found that looks like a robot. It's rechargeable, it doesn't have to stay plugged in, so you can move it around the classroom, and it's really cute. It comes in all different colors, and it looks like a robot, so needs to be in my classroom. Okay, number 16 is fluorescent light covers. If you have a drop ceiling in your classroom and have those ugly fluorescent lights, there's all kinds of light covers that can cover them to reduce that fluorescent light that gives me a migraine, but also to look really cool if you want to transform your classroom. I found some that look like a galaxy. I think it's, well, like it's too tiny to see in this picture. It's like I think it's the Milky Way, but I don't want to say that for sure. Anyway, it looks really neat. I have a space classroom, so I'd for sure want to put these up in my classroom. They come in a 4-pack for under $20. All right, number 17, something I love doing, and if you'd followed me and listened to our podcast for a while, is I love teaching students about how to collect data and understand data, interpret it, and discuss it. So I want to get a indoor air quality monitor, and I found one that's portable, that's about 30 bucks, and it shows CO2. Let me click on it here to see all the things that it reads. CO2, HCHO, I don't even know what that is. Also shows the temperature and the humidity of the classroom. So it shows the air quality, and that's a really important thing to be discussed. And we have a previous episode that went through some more about that, but our air quality in our classrooms are not great. And I think it would be interesting for students to be able to think through what the effects are of our air quality and why we should care, and be able to see if there's a difference between different seasons, or how it relates to temperature. And maybe they could even graph that each day, graph the temperature and the humidity versus the CO2 count even. Is there a correlation there? So any other ways that I can bring data collecting into the classroom, I'm all for it. Number 18, magnetiles. If you don't use those in your classroom for a station or to show different colors of light or building structures and towers, you should get some because they're amazing and they are always discounted on Prime Day. Currently, they're already 40% off. This set of 110 pieces is typically $50. It's currently on sale for $30, and it will be on sale during Prime Day. It always is. So take advantage of that. You could always use more too. They also have a what is like a marble run Lego tile magnetiles that fits ping pong balls, which is awesome. I have some of those. I also have the building bricks magnetiles that you can actually connect Legos to. And yeah, time you can integrate things. Ooh, you could do magnetiles with Legos with the snap circuit Lego bricks. Be pretty awesome. Okay, number 19 is a blue and green screen backdrop that's collapsible. I have so many different blue and green screens that like the cloth that you have to hang up and attach to a big rod, to one that's self-collapsing that's on a like huge long stick thing. Anyway, they're all big hassles to store. So I really want to switch to a collapsible one. This is one that's like kind of like those pop-up shades that you put in a car windshield, but it's a green screen. So you can just put it behind the students and then fold it back up and stick it in the filing cabinet or wherever you have space for it. Just put that on your list. Okay, we made it to number 20. Last but not least, this is something that I've had for maybe 15 years, and it's barely hanging together. So I have on my list an updated one, and it's an astronaut cardboard cutout. It's life size. The one I have has the face cut out, or the helmet, I guess, the helmet shield cut out so a student could stand behind it and put their face in it, and it makes them look like an astronaut, which is something that I do with my kindergartners every year. Is we talk about what a scientist or an engineer looks like, and then I take a picture of them with their face in the astronaut, and I say, "Well, this is actually what one looks like. It looks like you." And they love it. I always have it out during open house when parents come in. It's a huge hit for kids to and their parents to stand behind it, the cutout, and look like an astronaut. We bring it to conferences, and it's just such a versatile thing. I also, when we do like straw rockets, we'll launch the rockets and try to hit it through the astronaut head as the target. This one that I have on my list does not have the face cut out, but can easily obviously be cut out. The one that I purchased many years ago is no longer available on Amazon. So, and they're kind of pricey. I guess cardboard cutouts are typically a little bit more expensive, but it's about $55. Hoping that goes on sale for Prime Day. Regardless, I need to upgrade mine because it's falling apart. So, and it will last a good 15 years. That's my testament there. Okay, I hope that helped you with your Prime Day shopping. Sorry for making you spend more money, but hopefully some of these things were already things that you would want and you can get a discount on during the Prime Day week, which doesn't make sense. But if you would like to not think about all of that, what I just said, or if you were in the car, or if you're on the STEM space chase, like I always imagine you are, relaxing, drinking lemonade, reading a book, and you're like, I can't be bothered right now to take notes. Don't worry. Uh, on the first day of Prime Day, which is Tuesday, July 8th, my list for Prime Day picks will go live. So I'll be linking that in the show notes. You can just click on it and go to it and then add all the things on my list to your cart as you wish. Thanks for listening in and tune back in when Natasha's joining us next time. But for now, STEM Space out.